So what I did is I added 5 cups of water, some chicken bouillon, some Luvafoodie garlic lovers blend, and I'm getting all the flavors out of the bone of the ham. So what I'm gonna do is just reduce that for about an hour, and then I'm gonna stick it in the refrigerator and skim the fat off. You don't want fat in your soup. Now I'm sauteing the vegetables and getting them soft. I just added some olive oil, garlic, parsley, basil, salt and pepper. So good. I strained the soup because although I like all the herbs and garlic, I don't want big pieces of it in my soup. I just want the... So I'm using red onions because that's all I had left. And you know, when you're a chef, you try to use what you have in your refrigerator before you go buy more. I also cut up the leaves and the celery. I wanted to get rid of the celery that we don't eat a lot, you know, and leave the nice stalks for eating. You know, you put peanut butter on it or ranch dressing. So I just cut up a couple of stalks and then the rest were the leaves. But you can use any kind of onion that you find. White onion, yellow onion. I rinsed a can of pinto beans and garbanzo beans. And the thought that I have is today, if you don't have white northern beans, just use the beans that you have. I don't think I would suggest kidney beans, but pinto beans and garbanzo beans would work just fine. Setting this aside, I sauteed it for about 15 minutes. Using the leftover ham that was from Easter that I had in the freezer, I'm gonna chop this up and then we'll put it in the soup. You want some ham? I'll give you a little tiny piece. Come here. Good girl. Oops. Deal. There you go. They have to have some too, their family. So I just trimmed off all the fat and gristle and put it all together, and I'm going to add this to the soup. One of the last things that I do because I don't want my beans to overcook and pop. That's not too good. So I was noticing in my refrigerator that I had some spinach. So what I'm going to do is I just rough chop this. I'm going to add it at the very end to put some extra nutrients into my soup. I threw my vegetables in to the stock, and now I am going to reduce it just a bit, because when you reduce your soups, it brings out the flavors in your soup. Then I'm going to throw the beans and everything else in and serve. After this is reduced, at what, 20 minutes I said, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, nice and reduced, what you're gonna wanna do is taste it again and find out whether you need salt, pepper, more garlic powder, you know, add the things that you like. This recipe actually called for a couple of bay leaves, but I was out of them. So my soup is reduced. Now I'm gonna add my ham and beans. Like I said, this recipe calls for northern white beans, but I didn't have any. So I'm making do with what I have, which is garbanzo beans and pinto beans. It should be really good. Now towards the end of the soup, I'm going to be adding my spinach. We want to keep it kind of fresh and green. We don't want it too overcooked. And my parsley. The only reason I'm adding spinach is to get those extra nutrients, and also I had a lot of spinach I needed to use in my refrigerator. You can also add chopped kale or, yeah, chopped kale. That would be really good in this soup also. Here's another little tip for you to keep your bamboo board really nice. What you want to do is just put a little bit of mineral oil, wipe it down really good, wipe it off. It keeps all of the wetness to seeping into your board.